we note the stars aligning, whatever the hue, purple or blue. The majesty of a rivalry will dwarf the prize temporarily. The urge to lay everything on the line is befitting of war. Jamaica College, Kingston College. The ISSA Champions Cup final starts right now.
What a performance in extra time! That is it! They will celebrate now in the symbol of schoolboy football supremacy in the island of Jamaica. Belongs to
There is nothing dearer to the hearts of Jamaicans than the schools represented. These schools in particular, one named after the country, the other named after its capital. The history of football between them extensive. An age-old college rivalry resurrected. Jamaica College versus Kingston College for the Champions Cup, National Stadium, St. Andrew. That's where we are. Well, it's a relatively cloudy evening here in St. Andrew. The temperature stands at 29 degrees Celsius and the humidity is at 63%. Well, Jamaica College, the very first champions of the Champions Cup. They lifted the title firstly in 2014. They were to the final twice since that time, and they lost the other two times that they went. But they're here again for the fourth time. They're hoping that they can flip the script and add to their Manning Cup title, which they won 1 week ago. But this team, they were living up to their motto, falling in the Manning Cup, but they never yielded, and they're back for another final in the Champions Cup. Hello and welcome to the National Stadium. That's where we are, and with me is Janae Robinson.
Yes, Gerard, I think today is an highly anticipated game. Well, for me, for sure, Kingston College versus Jamaica College, winners of the Manning Cup last week. I know for a fact that this will be an exciting match.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The Champions Cup will return to the urban area. Of course, you know, Clarendon College, the last school to hold the title, they've been knocked out. They went to the rural area.
Knocked out by Kingston College.
By Kingston College. In fact, let's say they were knocked out by the John Whisper Richards, a one-man demolition job. But the urban area now can command the Champions Cup once again, and it will be a thing to see which of these schools will lift it.
Yes, I think the storyline behind this, Jamaica College unbeaten all season and then winning the Manning Cup, and Kingston College having a rocky road, but they're here now, is going to be a ding-dong battle.
Yeah, well, let's take a look now at the roads to this point for these two teams. Let's head upstairs now to our commentary team. Ricardo Chambers, he's with Chris Taylor, and they'll have a look for you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Gerard. Jamaica College started their campaign at St. Elizabeth Technical High School, and they took on the Manning School, this in the quarter-final round of the competition, and they came away with a 4-0 victory. It was a thumping victory for Jamaica College, and Javier Lynch finishing off the second goal there to give them the 2-0 advantage at that stage. And even in fading light, Jamaica College piling on the pressure. This was a dominant performance to start.
Yeah, and clinical finishing as well. We've seen Lynch, we've seen McQuan Aldridge. They moved the ball so well in this encounter. Lynch, the provider there, and yeah, a penalty inside the area as well, won by McQuan Aldridge, who will be a main figure for JC today. But it was a devastating loss for Mannings. They hadn't been destroyed like this in the entire season. 1 of 3 defeats in a row for them, but big performance by JC in that first round.
Yeah, in the semi-final they came up against St. Andrew Technical and they took the lead through Alec Benny. A very good goal from him.
The youngster out of Trinidad and Tobago, St. Anthony's College was where he came from. And then the penalty, we went to a penalty shootout, and the penalty missed there by the captain Gooden. And that was a deciding factor. Then Tariq Zimini's for the win. JC getting the job done.
Yeah, moving through to the Champions Cup final. They will play the championship match in this All-Ireland High School knockout competition for the 4th time in their history. Kingston College now, they started their campaign at Sabina Park taking on Central High School. Central High School, of course, would end up getting all the way to the Costa Cup final, but Kingston College, having too much for them, rested a number of their first choice players. Didn't matter, they got the opening goal through Ashani Kennedy, and it was a good left-footed finish as well to make it 1-0 for the Kingston College team.
One horse race yet again. Central never really in this battle at all. Dominant right through. Dejon Richards coming off the bench to score that one into the far corner. And one of his 29 goals he's scored so far this season. The KC number 10, and certainly their talisman and most important figure in this fixture.
Yeah, Kingston College easy on that evening, winning by 2-0. Then in their semi-final they came up against Clarendon College. This one was expected to be a cracker, and indeed it was. We got some amazing goals in this contest, that the first of them coming from Dejon Richards. In fact, he scored all 4 for Kingston College.
I was about to say, all of them coming from him. And yeah, some goals that we hadn't seen so far this season in terms of the quality and the execution. Look at that, those mazy runs from before the half line. Dejon Richards showing his full repertoire. This one again, getting the ball in his own half, and just look at this power and pace here. No way back for Clarendon College, who hadn't lost in all competitions all season up to this point, and they were taken apart, getting some of their own treatment maybe.
Yeah, impressive composure in front of goal. This was a delightful pass from Tayshawn Mattis, and Richards one time with the right foot had scored the first 3 with the left. That was expertly finished off. Kingston College winning 4-2.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ricardo. Well, that's how they got here. Kingston College and Jamaica College, they're into the final. And now it's time for me to talk to one of their, two of their fans, one from each school. Let me start with Junior. Junior's on my right. Junior, you're from Jamaica College. You went there. One college. You went there. Your son is there now.
No,
so you went there.
Yeah, man.
Right. So now you're just supporting JC. Yeah. So you won the Manning Cup. Do you think you can win the Champions Cup as well?
Do I think?
Yes.
No, sir.
You know.
I win. We will win.
So simply put it.
Simple point. We will win.
Right, you've been here.
I don't know how much we'll win by, but we will win.
All right.
2-love.
2-love.
Yeah, 2-love.
Okay, that's an early prediction. Yeah, so let me head over to Colleen, since Colleen is a soccer mom. Her son plays for Kingston College. He's injured now, so he missed out on the season. But Colleen, for personal reasons, I need to ask you this question. Yeah. How is it that Kingston College has such a big support group, especially from the women, as an all-boys school?
Well, normally what we have a cohesive coaching team, we have cohesive parents, cohesive team players, and as a result we always get the support, because one college, for me, although Junior says JC is the one college, but we are the one college.
All right, so give me a quick scoreline prediction. Do you think they can win this match?
No, most definitely we win. I won't give a point standing, but we definitely will win.
All right, so I'm going to hold you to that. So both schools, of course, wanted to win. Jamaica College, they won in 2014. Kingston College, the only school to win twice. Let's take a look at Jamaica College in this feature.
Undoubtedly, the tradition for winning at Jamaica College is rooted deeply in the hearts of all those that associate with this institution.
Once you step through the gate, you always feel like you're winning.
Yet, in spite of this, JC has failed to reclaim the Champions Cup title since winning the very first edition back in 2014.
In my 2 previous seasons at Jamaica College, we have never ever taken the Champions Cup fully serious, but this year is different. I think we're actually taking it extremely seriously. The boys are in good condition to arrive at this moment in the season without any major concern where injury or suspension and those stuff are concerned. So I think definitely we want to win the Champions Cup.
Last year we dropped out in the semi-finals against Dinky Line. That was really painful for us. So to come back this year and to win it, and to win with Manning Cup also, and Olivia Shield will be a special moment for all of us. When we play, we don't play for just us. We play for everybody in the school, everybody outside watching us, cheering for us.
Growing up, always a lot of people say my father won the triple crown. It's always good, to be the son of a
popular football in the island of Jamaica, but I'm looking to do that as well, and to continue the legacy of the ISSA family.
Everything that is on display this season is going to be ours. We're going to fight for it. With everything we got, we're going to fight for everybody. So I think with all of their praying and cheering, I think we will conquer an historic 2022 championships treble.
The words can't describe it, but be a big milestone for me, for the team, for my family, and everybody who is around me.
With the quality and depth that we have and the belief that we have in ourselves, to understand that we can and have the ability to win all three, and that's what we're going for.
With renewed vigor and lots of inspiration to achieve their goal, the question for JC is, what does tradition demand?
Yeah, well, Jamaica College, they're on a redemption hunt. 2015, they lost in their second final, and then in 2018 they lost again. So they're hoping that in 2022, 4 years later, they can get a win here today.
Will they continue this unbeaten streak? And the only man to step in their way is Kingston College. What has Raymond Watson been doing with his boys? Let's see.
The ISSA Champions Cup trophy will make its return to the urban area as Kingston College squares off with Jamaica College in the final. Kingston College is the only team that has won the All-Ireland competition more than once, but having failed to repeat their 2021 Manning Cup success, popular opinion suggests the former champions are anxious about the matchup.
Given the fact that each and every one of us has somewhat been in this position throughout high school, the confidence is very high.
I think we have the team to do it. Just let the football talk for ourselves, and when it's all said and done, we'll see if they're right or if we're right.
It would be great. It will be great. Very confident that we will do well, but if God's willing and it doesn't happen for us, I am still happy, still proud of our achievements so far.
Given that the Dark Blues haven't taken the Champions Cup home in the last 7 years, Kingston College should relish the opportunity to extend the JC's drought.
Every team has some qualities, just that you will have to find on the given day whatever is needed to expose their weaknesses. I think we have the personnel out there to do it, to beat anyone on any given day. It's just barring injuries or, maybe, the odd game or so. Every team have a day off where they just don't turn up. So once we hopefully has gotten over that hump, I think that personally will be there. Sometimes it's not really paying attention to Kingston College, it's paying attention to the opponents. Because if you pay attention to your team, you won't see what the opponents is doing.
A chance to salvage a piece of silverware looms strongly, but the boys from North Street must prove up to the task.
A trophy at least. It really capped off everything from my time at Kingston College.
Well, that was Kingston College. They are armed and ready. Well, yes, ready for today's matchup. Raymond Watson isn't fearing the Manning Cup champions.
Yeah, well, they have their purple army behind us, getting ready to cheer them on as they do battle. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll be looking at the path for these two teams. Don't go anywhere. Stadium. We are moments away from kickoff in the final of the Champions Cup. Well, the schoolboy football season has really flown by, Jenny.
Yes, and it has been, to me, a little bit overwhelming, to say the least, these performances that we've been seeing over the past 3 months. Well, let's take a look at, we're here at the Champions Cup, and this is not the first Champions Cup.
No.
Let's take a look at some of the winners over the years. Jamaica College winning the first ever Champions Cup being held in 2014.
Yeah, Kingston College, the only 2-time winners. Of course, these are the 2 teams contesting for the Champions Cup here today. Kingston College winning in 2017 and in 2019. So this is how they would have made it to the final this year around. Of course, you know, all of the semi-finalists in both the Manning and the Costa Cups would come to compete for the Champions Cup. JC beating Mannings and then beating Stats, while Kingston College, they beat Central, who were not expected to be there, really.
Yes.
And then Clarendon College, they
who are the Costa Cup champions, they beat them, and now they're here today. This isn't the first time that these 2 schools have met up with each other. On the last 3 occasions, they've all gone to penalties.
Yeah.
Will today be any different?
And once in the Champions Cup semi-final in 2019, of course, Kingston College coming out 5-4 winners on penalties. So yeah, we'll see if history repeats itself here today, because you know, if they draw at the end, it's into penalties.
Well, let's take a closer look at Jamaica College. They were founded in 1789, 233 years of existence, quite some time. The colors they wear are navy and white. A population of 1,070 students. 1 Champions Cup title, the first Champions Cup, and their motto is, "May the college flourish, work is burning in the field." Let's see what work has been burning in the field with Coach Davian Ferguson.
Coach Ferguson, another important match, first one since winning the Manning Cup title. How ready are you for this one?
I think we would have had 1 week since the Manning Cup final. Casey would have had 2. So I think we're about rested. They have a little bit more rest than us. But I think we're ready for this one.
Yeah, I know that last game you played, the Manning Cup final, went all the way down to penalties. It was a hard-fought match. Do you think it will be the same script here in this Champions Cup final you're playing against KC?
Well, I hope not. But we normally have very good battles. As you know, the Kingston College coaching staff and myself are very close. So it's always a very ding-dong battle when we meet, and we expect the same today.
Yeah, well, this is the only knockout title you'll be playing for. How important is it to make sure that you win this one?
Well, it's very important for confidence to win your next game, but also we have an unbeaten record going that we want to keep going up for as long as possible. As I said, it won't be easy, but we're going to try to make a fit of the game.
Yeah, well, what type of football would you be looking now to use against Kingston College to make sure that you can console them a bit?
If I say that right now, I don't think coach would be doing his work. So it's definitely based on what Kingston College bring. I know they have weapons offensively. Defensively, they're also very solid. So we have to be on our game today.
We have the player to watch sponsored by Water. His name is Romain Blake. Not only is a player of Jamaica College, but of Waterhouse FC. He wears number 6, 17 years of age. As a defender for the Jamaica College team, he will have the job to mark down the big gun, Dejan Whisper Richards. And not only do they have Romain Blake as a player to watch, but Kevon Wilson, son of Kevin Pele Wilson, wearing number 10, 17 years of age, 14 appearances, 10 goals, looking to score some more today. He's a midfielder and he'll be looking to create some chances for the young men, Tariq Zimenez and Macron Aldridge.
Well, let's learn now about Kingston College, the other team in this final. 1925 is when they were established. The boys on North Street, they were purple and white, and their population started with just 45 students, but now they're all the way up to 1,900. 2 Champions Cups in their trophy cabinet, and their motto simply says, "The brave may fall, but never yield." And of course, they didn't yield. And let's hear now from Coach Raymond Watson, who had a chat with Janae.
Coach Watson, they call you Stampy. First season as head coach for the Fortis boys. How confident are you in this group in bringing home the title today? Will you make your stamp?
I'm very confident. Definitely hoping to win this one. But in terms of Kingston College, Jamaica College, we're very good friends. The coaching staff and myself, we are very good friends. And the boys are also very good friends. So it probably will be a little bit of a chess game.
Well, JC, your opponents last week were crowned Manning Cup champions. Your team still looking for silverware, them wanting another title. Do you believe that you guys can win, and how hungry are your boys?
Most definitely. We are hungry. This is the only trophy on offer for us, so we are hungry. We are desperately wanting this one. And since we didn't get a chance to win the Manning Cup, defend our title, we definitely want to win this one.
Well, in the Champions Cup semi-finals, you spoke specifically about Dejon Whisper Richards and how you are constantly surprised by him. Can we expect more surprises?
In terms of him surprising me, it's not that I don't know his ability. He just keeps evolving more and more and more. And knowing him, you can't predict him. He'll probably bring off another rabbit out of the hat today.
Yeah, well, they have two players to watch, of course, and you need to look for, sponsored by Digicel, Tayshawn Mathis. This man in the middle of the field has been pretty dominant. This is his first season, has 4 goals, but that doesn't really tell the story of how instrumental he has been in this team, and he's been working very, very closely with our very next player to watch. He is one that when these two link up, it is always something, a moment of magic. Dejon Whisper Richards, that's the other player that I'm talking about, this forward. Of course, you've seen what he has been able to do on the field. 29 goals, 4 of them against Clarendon College in that semi-final. What a demolition job that was. Let's see if he can copy that and continue along that good path. He has been out for a week, and yeah, he's back on the field, and we'll see what they can do.
Well, Gerard, we're seeing Gibbs, Mattis, Whisper. After this break, Wilson. After this break, we'll have much more football action with our commentary team, Ricardo Chambers and Chris Taylor.
Manning Cup final, and for the first time it's Kingston College versus Jamaica College for the title. We're live from the National Stadium in St. Andrew, Jamaica. Passion and pride. Kingston College versus Jamaica College. The will to win, desire to never give up, stretched across the hearts of these fearsome two. The purples with the best player in the land, the dark blues with an impenetrable squad, unbeaten all season, and now for the first time in this enthralling campaign, they meet. And this season that has blessed us with so many moments to remember could give us another in the Champions Cup final.
By the officials headed by the president
Blue versus purple, Ricardo Chambers alongside Chris Taylor for the Champions Cup finale.
Dr. O'Neill Ankle.
They go through the official portion of the afternoon. The ISSA president, Keith Wellington,
marketing coordinator, Water, Shanique,
meeting the Jamaica College team.
Skadine Webley, junior brand manager, Digicel, Georgine Smith,
sponsors,
executive, Digicel,
Trouche, Digicel, SportsMax, Pringles, all lining up as the Jamaica College captain, Xavier Davidson, leads the meet and greet.
Matthew Christie, CEO, Soccer Express, Andrea Roper, brand manager, KFC, Nicholas Matthews, CEO of SportsMax, Natalie Campbell, marketing manager of SportsMax.
The Jamaica College boys would have been in a similar situation only about a week ago for the Manning Cup final. Kingston College beaten in the Manning Cup semi-final by St Andrew Technical, but this is their chance at silverware, their only chance at silverware this season. Jamaica College won this title for the first time. 2014 it was the Super Cup then. They beat Holy Trinity in the final. They have been to the final 2 times since. This is their 3rd time since, 4 overall, but they haven't been able to regain the trophy. Lost the 2015 championship match to St George's College, also lost to Cornwall in a championship battle, but they have put themselves in a position again to win this title. Kingston College perfect in Champions Cup finals. 2 times they have been here before and they have won it on both occasions. National anthem of Jamaica.
Twice these teams have met in the Champions Cup. Both times Kingston College have been victorious. 2-1 in 2017, both matches coming in the semi-finals of this competition. And then of course in 2019 it went all the way to penalties. In terms of overall head-to-heads, KC have won 4 out of the last 5 against Jamaica College. JC's only win coming in that 2019 Manning Cup semi-final, which went to penalties. So it's been a fixture that the Purples have enjoyed. As we see the officials there, Odette Hamilton will be in charge of this one. Jermaine Yeasing and Romaine McKnight, her able assistants. Stefan Duar is there as well. He's the 4th official. But yeah, KC, even though this has been a period of JC dominance, if you'd want to say, over the last 15 to 20 years, 15 years, certainly, or 10 years I should say, it has really been a fixture for KC to enjoy.
Let's have a look at the Jamaica College starting lineup. Brassica Rose will be in goal. Brenton Sayers comes into the lineup, a change from the Manning Cup final. Xavier Davidson, Romain Blake and Michael Graham will join him at the back. Jamali Bennett, Kevon Wilson and Saviola Blake in midfield, with Tarek Zimmernes, Jaheim Fraser and Macon Aldridge forming a front three for Davian Ferguson's side.
4-3-3. Dante Wines left out, who made a mistake in that final against St Andrew Technical, and Sayers, yeah, he is in that right back position. No change to the formation. Their leading goal scorer still has a place on the bench in Javier Lynch.
12 goals this season for Javier Lynch. The captains will meet the officials. Blaine Byam, the Kingston College captain, their number 4. The Jamaica College captain, Xavier Davidson.
We're in the same number. We'll be joining him as well. Something that you've noticed quite a bit more and more. Lots of centre-backs as captains in the schoolboy football, and we're in the number 4 as well. I'm sure Virgil van Dijk is an influencing factor.
One crucial thing, work with my whistle, always. Remember the information.
Odette Hamilton.
Pass it on to your team. Alright? Blue.
Taking them through
Here call.
a few of the rules
A good one.
for one final time before we get going for this championship match. Picture perfect. Jamaica College versus Kingston College. Let's meet the Kingston College starting 11 for this final. Malik Williams retains his place in goal. Played in that semi-final victory over Clarendon College. Robert Saul, Blaine Byam, Lennox Barton, Kimani Reese at the back. Donald Edwards, Tayshawn Mattis and Rajay Taylor in the middle. No Samuel Shakes in the Kingston College lineup today. Dejon Richards, Ashani Kennedy and Jaheim Johnson are the front three. Ashani Kennedy getting the nod ahead of Nasharda Gibbs. They're coached by Raymond Watson.
Gibbs off the bench. 4-3-3 is what Kingston College will be playing as well. Of course, Richards with 29 goals and 18 assists, and Tayshawn Mattis there, number 8, 4 goals, but as Gerard said, so much more in that middle. 14 assists in his season, and he had one in the semi-final, that beautiful pass that allowed Richards to put away the 4th goal of a masterpiece.
Odette Hamilton getting ready to send us on our way.
Clean sheet, Ali, clean sheet, clean sheet.
Championship match for the Champions Cup from the National Stadium in St Andrew, Jamaica. A college battle. Jamaica College versus Kingston College. Kingston College looking for their 3rd Champions Cup crown. Jamaica College looking for their 2nd. And they will want to put this run of Champions Cup finals defeats behind them, JC. Coming off the Manning Cup title last week, they would want to build on that. Great opportunity for them to secure a triple this season with the Olivier Shield to come. And what it would mean for this man, Davian Ferguson, Manning Cup winner with Jamaica College, as a KC go forward. The first shot is blocked, and the follow-up goes behind from Tayshawn Mattis.
And knockout competitions is just something that KC have enjoyed over their history. Joint leaders in terms of Walker Cup titles with 9. They've won 2 here.
Corner kick coming in
the Champions Cup, as I said, the only team to win more than 1. So they revel certainly in the knockout competitions. Jamaica College generally, even though they've gotten into winning positions, have struggled a lot more. They've lost a lot of finals in knockout competitions. Only 3 Walker Cups to their name and just 1 in the Champions Cup.
That's a good cross coming in, and whistle on the play now. Handball. The call. Jaheim Johnson thought he would have had an opportunity to give Kingston College the lead. Casey starting on the front foot.
Interesting to see how, if JC have learnt from the mistakes Clarendon College made in terms of managing Dejon Richards. JC very good at doing their homework. Michael Graham, who will have the job initially, has had an outstanding season for JC.
Aldridge in the middle for Wilson. Wilson back in defence. Oh, ball given away. Chance for Kingston College. Drilled wide by Johnson.
What an opportunity. Rose certainly out in the open, unexposed. And Johnson, well, this tells the tale of his season. Just hasn't really come of age, Jaheim Johnson, in the way that you would have expected. A bit ridiculous from the captain at the back. Lackadaisical Davidson. And Johnson, you've got to be hitting the target from that range. 4 goals to his name so far this season. So much expected of him. He's been very inconsistent so far.
Yeah, this is his last season with Kingston College, so he would dearly love to leave with a title. What an opportunity to put his team in front. Kingston College winning possession. Edwards does well.
JC coming off of a Manning Cup title, lots of partying would have gone on. Not surprised that there's necessarily a slow start. They still have the Olivia Shield to look forward to. This is it for KC, so they would have been gearing up for quite a while to make the most of this competition. Raymond Watson here, 2 weeks they have had to prepare. So no surprise that they are quick out of the blocks and really looking to press the advantage early.
Last 3 times these two have met, they have gone to penalties. Twice in 2019, Champions Cup semi, Manning Cup semi, and last season the Manning Cup final.
So actually last 3 times. So actually 3 in a row in terms of their head-to-heads, yeah. Gone the full distance. Both with very talented squads. I would say JC the deeper squad, but maybe in terms of individual ability, KC have a couple of players that stand out above the rest.
Yeah, they sure do. This man has done a very good job of getting the job done this season. For a second in that Manning Cup final when St Andrew Technical could have won it in the shootout. He would have thought the Manning Cup title had eluded him again for a second season in a row, but they took advantage of the opening given by St Andrew Technical and went on to win it, his second Manning Cup title as Jamaica College coach
in 3 seasons.
And lost in last season's final, so building a nice resume of titles. Free kick coming in for Kingston College.
Casey, as I said, just looking the fresh of the 2 teams. 19 days since they've last played a match, Kingston College.
Jamaica College now looking to catch them on the counter. Fraser comes under pressure from Mattis. Mattis does really well.
Good challenge by Fraser, who scored that brilliant goal in the final of the Manning Cup, cutting in from the right hand side, from the left hand side. This time he started on the right, Fraser.
Kingston College looking uncertain at the back, but Malik Williams bangs it upfield. Richards, he's the danger man and they know it. They deal with him on that occasion. Good work from Jamarly Bennett.
the help will be very important.
Kennedy put behind for a corner kick. Second one for Kingston College.
Saviola break with the tracking there, very good. As I said, Michael Graham, it will be very important for him to get the help, and that was obviously very evident from Bennett. There you see the tracking again. That was it Blake there getting back. That's something that they also did very well in the final of the Manning Cup, even though it was a Dante Wines mistake that caused the goal. But apart from that, it was a real team effort in the defence line for JC, and I expect that same kind of performance here today. Very well drilled.
JC. Switching the angle of attack. Richards gets inside the box. He's been well marshalled here. And the long range effort coming in from Reggie Taylor. That's high over the top.
He's come in for Samuel Shakes. That I think is a big deal for KC today. It will be interesting to see how if Taylor can keep up that same level of play like Shakes. Tall, slim figure in that midfield there, number 18, who has gone overseas to a tournament in the US, so not available. He's been a main part of their team all season.
Yeah, Taylor has represented Jamaica at the youth level, so has some quality, no doubt about it. Big match for him to come in because Shakes has had such a good campaign.
Great range of passing as well, Shakes. We've seen him pull wide and have played those lovely cross-field 30-yard balls.
And who can forget his stunning goal?
Oh yes.
Byam cleans up at the back for Kingston College. Has taken over from Ludlow Bernard Raymond Watson, and would love to have a title to mark his debut season as the senior team head coach.
Has done really good work over the years with the under 14 and the under 16 team especially. The junior teams, lots of success for KC there, and Raymond Watson was a big part of it.
Simonies with the cross, Saul with the clearance.
Or should I say the main part of it. But yeah, this is another level.
Sayers with the throw. Looking for Wilson inside the box. That's headed away. Wilson. There's that shot from distance. Finds the midriff of Malik Williams in goal. Richards. Wilson does brilliantly to win it. Finds Aldridge. Aldridge and Reese battling. Aldridge wins the free kick.
Yeah, very hard to get the ball off of him. Makwan Aldridge, so strong. That's one of his real strengths. Saviola Blake. Vincentian, big part of this central defensive midfield setup of JC, plays that Makelele / Kante role. It's now labelled.
Minute of this championship match. 0-0. Richards plays it on, looking for Edwards. Wilson wins it for Jamaica College. Fraser is dispossessed.
Both these schools renowned for track as well, so no surprise that there are a lot of speedy players involved, especially in the wide areas. Lots of track and field championships between these two schools.
Sayre sends it forward. Simonies was well marked.
JC welcome pressure on themselves and then give it away.
Important figure for Jamaica College in this championship match. Tariq Zimini started the season rather late.
Came in the quarter-final round of the Manning Cup.
Scored an important goal against Mona.
His only one. And an assist he has as well. Not sure if, based on his level of play, if they would be happy with how he's imposed himself on games so far. I think he should be more prominent.
But it's a great chance for him tonight. Race is on. And it's Byam who wins it. No shortage of speed for Blaine Byam.
18 years of age now, Tariq Zimini is part of the Mount Pleasant setup. Premier League team, has played national football as well at the youth level and so on. Invited to the senior setup. So you expect him to come back to this schoolboy level and then dominate. It hasn't been so easy for him, even though he has looked excited when on the ball, but the final product just hasn't been there. Case in point.
Deshaun Richards, what a spectacular performance in the semi-final against Garden College. Can he reproduce anything close to that tonight? Will the Jamaica College defense allow him? Casey heading forward.
That aspect of the game that we just saw there from Deshaun Richards is one that I would hope improves as he goes along. So it's great to see him getting back, willing to tackle, putting in the defensive work. That's a part of his game that I thought was lacking, even though, yes, at the other end of the field he's been so brilliant, his work ethic. So it's good to see him putting in the work there. If he's going to make it, certainly at the higher level, you need that aspect as well as a winger.
Zimini's for Macon Aldridge. Aldridge does well to get around Reese. Picks out Wilson. Zimini's wide of the mark.
Nice build-up. The ability to kick on either foot. Tariq Zimini's didn't really make the greatest connection, but Macon Aldridge again using his strength. And Reese just needs to realize he's not going to win that tight battle. Maybe he needs to allow a little more room and use his agility. He's not going to win a shoulder barge with Macon Aldridge.
Macon Aldridge playing in his second knockout final in as many seasons. Got to the World Cup final with Kingston Technical last campaign. Richards.
Good challenge.
Very good challenge. They know what he wants to do. They have studied him. And the JC defense executing well so far. Reese switches the angle of attack, looking for Mattis. I think he's an important player tonight for KC. Tayshawn Mattis. He needs to come to the party.
Good challenge by the other Vincentian on the park. Sayers. Well timed. Knows that Mattis favours that left side, that left foot. Just stopped him before he could move the ball around him.
Aldridge. Whistle. Mattis still down. 16th minute of this championship match.
It was a hard challenge here. Good control here by Mattis. Just look here, asking him to come in. It was a crunching challenge by Sears, but he did play the ball. Came on as a substitute in the final, Sears, and played very well at the same right back. So based on that performance, he's been given the start here.
Support building inside the grandstand. If of course the grandstand is unable to hold the support this evening, they will open the bleachers. No need for it just yet. Malik Williams also down, the Kingston College goalkeeper.
Raymond Watson, we spoke about him at the youth level. So interesting to note that since his move up to the under-19 team, none of the KC teams have made it to even the semi-finals of the under-14 and under-16 after being a finalist last year in the under-16. So it shows the importance he's had at that youth level. None of the teams transitioning this year. so good throughout the years with the younger boys. It's still been an admirable season for him, even though he was knocked out, as you say, in the semi-final of the Manning Cup, but he's here in the final today.
A moment of concern for Watson and the Kingston College setup. Coming into this match, one of the big questions, how will the Jamaica College defence handle DeJohn Whisper Richards? And they've done a very good job, Chris.
Early days yet, but yeah, Michael Graham has gotten help, and I think that's been important. Bennett, we've seen Blake come across to help, we've seen Wilson as well. Here is Bennett putting in an important challenge. But he's a very intelligent player, is DeJohn Richards, and I expect him to adjust throughout the game. He'll probably try out the left-hand side of his attack as well, probably go in a central position. He's a lot more central in the last 5 minutes.
As soon as he gets the ball, 2-3 players around him, and you would expect that. St Andrew Technical did a very good job of keeping him at bay in the Manning Cup semi-final.
He still scored and assisted, and probably should have had 2 goals had it not been for Tejan Mattis. The thing about him, DeJohn Richards, he's not just a scorer, he has 18 assists. So his ability to see the field, see his teammates, and pick out a pass with quality is very evident in his game. So I think even if he's closed down, he will look for teammates to score, and I think that's another part of his game which is very good.
Fraser can't get the better of Edwards, does win the throw though. Darnell Edwards, another critical component of the Kingston College setup.
Good passer in the midfield, he's another player with lots of range.
Ziminis,
number 6.
Byam critical at the back for Kingston College.
You can notice when Ziminis gets the ball, he's certainly double teamed right away, not allowing him to run at the defence.
Wilson slips it in for Aldridge. Aldridge in an offside position.
Centre forward, not a natural position for Makwan Aldridge, even playing as a winger. That's how JC has played him for majority of the season, but in his days at Kingston Technical, where he was really a highlight last season, he played through the spine in that midfield role. But I think the problem he's had since he's come to JC is they just don't think his work rate is good enough. His work ethic is good enough, so they've asked him to pull wide and maybe use his strength at times as well in the centre forward position. But I think as a midfielder, his work rate has to go up if he plans to play there.
Ball slip forward into the path of Ziminis. Ziminis gets inside the box, gets a good cross in. Saul does well, and Byam cleans up and clears.
Not enough players attacking the area for Jamaica College, and no one at the near post. Makwan Aldridge was at the far post. I'm not sure who it is that was looking to slide into the box. I think it was actually Saviola Blake. He's not exactly the player you would want to be going into the box if you had a preference. Jamaica College. Good run this though by Tariq Ziminis. Good strength and pace as well here. Intelligent ball towards the penalty area, but yeah, it was Wilson who was attacking the area, but he was too late. And that was never going to make it across to Aldridge.
21st minute of this championship match. No goals yet. It's been a good watch though. Both teams with their moments. Kingston College popped with the best opportunity. Ball given away by Xavier Davidson. Ashani Kennedy unable to take advantage. Well, Jaheim Johnson, unable to take advantage, shooting wide. Their 14-goal man, Nashonda Gibbs, on the bench.
Good player to have coming off the bench. Impact player. I guess JC have that as well with Lynch. Raymond Watson did say it would be somewhat of a chess match because they know each other so well.
Javier Lynch, 12 goals, 6 assists to his credit this campaign. could have a critical role to play off the bench for JC later on in this contest. Wilson slips it through for Aldridge. Aldridge does brilliantly, produces a great save. Tarek Simonies on the follow-up. The flag is up. Simonies can't believe it. We're still at 0-0.
Well, it must have been McQuan Aldridge who was offside and not Tarek Simonies who was coming from behind the play. Great build-up though. McQuan Aldridge showing his strength again. Good skill just to get past the play initially. Must be said it was a good save by Malik Williams as well, going to his left, a strong left hand. And here is a pass. Good run by Wilson. Must have been Aldridge who was offside. Look at that skill just to cut inside. Great work.
Would have been his second goal of the season. We'll have to see it from another angle for sure to get a better idea of whether the assistant got it right. Michael Graham with the throw gives it away. KC with Edwards chips it forward. Kennedy trying to wiggle his way through 3 Jamaica College players. Free kick coming up for the Dark Blues. Wilson again. Simonies does well. It's a lovely ball slipped forward for Sears. Jamaica College finding their groove now.
Finding the open lanes. Ball's coming from the midfield through the lines. Intelligent runs in the last couple of minutes. Wilson certainly getting more of the ball in the middle of the park for JC. Kevon Wilson. 12 assists to his name. No surprise that he produced that mouth-watering pass to McQuan Aldridge moments ago.
He has started his high school career at Wolmer's. He's come across to Jamaica College this season, and what a difference he's made to their setup.
It's a part of their younger age group teams at Wolmer's.
Aldridge cuts inside. So was well beaten, but gets it now. Reese in possession for KC.
Reese clearly having his struggles with McQuan Aldridge on that wing.
Here's Wilson. Fraser. Double teamed by Lennox Barrett and Edwards. Now KC away with Richards. Under pressure from Sears. Throw coming up for Kingston College.
But notice it's not just Sears as well. Yes, Sears is there with him, but also Bennett coming across just to help to make sure that the space is closed. Midfielders doing their work for JC. That's important as well.
Johnson has got a hit to the head. Jaheim Johnson in his final season playing schoolboy football. Davidson just heading him in the back of the head. That's painful.
Davidson's head must be a rock. He's not feeling it at all. Chance will be okay though. Opportunity here.
Richards can make something happen from this range.
His free kicks haven't been the best this season. Have lacked imagination. Not the best angle for him either. Let's see if he's done some work on his free kicks.
Brassica Rose in goal for Jamaica College, a former Kingston College man. Left North Street in 2018. Richards tries this one into the wall.
Just as bad as the rest.
And easily cleaned up for JC. Richards again. Needs help though. Gets taken down and wins a free kick. He'll get a lot of that tonight.
I think from a JC perspective though, I'd rather see him on this flank, because it's a bit difficult for him to shoot from this kind of angle unless he cuts in onto the right foot. So I would say win number 1 to JC. They are forced him to change size because he had a lack of success against Graham.
Free kick coming up. The delivery is good. Headed away. Cleaned up by Wilson. Looking for Aldridge. Throw coming up for KC. Reese. Edwards for Mattis. Mattis slips it forward for Johnson. Johnson out to Kennedy. Kennedy gets inside the box, but a good challenge coming in from Michael Graham. And the corner kick coming up for Kingston College.
Kennedy just trying to find a little space for himself. Half a dozen goals on his season. Had he gotten past Michael Graham there, the shot would have been on. So good work by Graham.
Mattis. That's not the best corner kick you'll ever see. It's another opportunity. Delivers a good ball in, but headed on to the heart of the JC defense. Aldridge heads it on for Zimenes. Oh, Zimenes uses his pace. Gets by Bayam. Zimenes is still going inside the box. The cross is not a bad one, but Wilson couldn't arrive in time. And KC escape once more.
Great run by Tariq Zimenes. This is what we expect.
From long range. Williams didn't collect cleanly first time, but recovered well.
I don't think Sayers was actually going for goal. I think he was trying to bend it into the area for the couple of players that were in the box. A good move by JC, using the width. Tariq Zimenes using his pace.
JC looking more and more dangerous now. Coming up for Jamaica College. What a match for Tariq Zimenes to come to the party after a late start to the schoolboy football season, and hasn't really come into the tournament like a house on fire, but tonight he could produce a special performance and take his team to a second All-Ireland knockout title after they won in 2014. The inaugural staging of this competition, it was then called the Super Cup, and in front of a jam-packed Sabina Park, Jamaica College got the better of Holy Trinity. Holy Trinity that season.
The star of that Holy Trinity team actually went on to play for Jamaica College in a couple of seasons after, or the season after. Tevin Rochester, who surprisingly enough actually lives in the same area as Juan McQuan Aldridge. They're neighbours in fact.
KC in possession. Richards didn't read the move. Kennedy doing well to escape a few defenders.
One thing about Kingston College though, they certainly have good records when it comes to getting to finals. Never lost a Champions Cup final that they've gotten to. And And even against JC in the last 10 years, they've won 2 out of the 3 finals they've played JC in. If you want to even go back to 1975, which was before last season, was the last time JC and KC played in a Manning Cup final, and KC got the better of them as well in 1975. So lots of history in terms of this matchup. That looks favourable for the Purples, but as I said, JC undefeated so far this season. They're not going to give it up easily.
The run of play in favour of Jamaica College as the free kick comes in. The header from Richards wide of the mark.
JC is so stubborn defensively. 6 goals conceded in 20 matches so far this season. Amazing record. 15 clean sheets out of the 20 as well.
They haven't always played the most attractive football this season, Jamaica College, but it's been effective
and efficient.
Sayers lays it forward. The Kingston College drum coming out in all its glory now. The Vuvuzelas bringing out around the National Stadium. But it's Jamaica College moving best to the beat at this stage. Looking for Zimonese. Byam almost gave it away. Zimonese wins the throw.
KC's defence has been broken down quite a bit this season. They have had mistakes at regular intervals, and that's something that has hurt them. 12 goals conceded already in their 17 matches.
Can't afford that tonight against this Jamaica College setup. Fraser, but his back turn to Barrett. Barrett proves a strong force. Gets a boot in there. And the throw for Jamaica College.
And if you even think back to the semi-finals, as we see Davidson.
Byam heading into the back of Zimonese' head.
This time, the centre-back probably feeling the major effects. Not Davidson this time, but his opposite number, Byam.
Yeah, Byam, Kingston College captain, outstanding track and field athlete as well, will have a role to play come the ISSA Boys and Girls Championships for KC next season. This is the disallowed goal for Jamaica College. Brilliant save from Malik Williams in goal of Aldridge.
Hey, there's no way McCon Aldridge was offside there though.
Zimonese definitely isn't offside.
Well, we knew that for sure because Tariq Zimonese was behind the ball. He was behind the plate, so there's no way he would have been offside. But I figured that the flag went up for McCon Aldridge. But even though that's not the best angle, if you look at even where McCon Aldridge picked up the ball from, he wasn't in an offside position.
Zimonese
they might have got that one wrong.
The call.
Yes. I don't think the assistant went up for Zimonese though. I think he went up for McCon Aldridge, who was closest to us and furthest away from the assistant.
Well, clearly Zimonese didn't think Aldridge was offside either.
They never do. That one very speculative. Certainly had more joy though, JC, as we see that replay coming from the right side of the KC defence.
Richards, snapshot, wide of the mark.
First attempt for Dejon Richards. He hasn't been able to even wind up so far in the first 35 minutes. As soon as he's gotten the ball, he's been closed.
Battling with Davidson. KC number 8 has the throw. Communication off between Barrett and Mattis. Kevon Wilson Johnson has been good so far tonight, like he has for this entire campaign. 10 goals, 12 assists to his credit. And that goal been allowed, you would have counted him instrumental in it. Started the play, found Aldridge. Saw it. Kennedy. Barrett. Mattis. Casey throw. Johnson actually was looking to find Mattis. Johnson has had the best opportunity for Kingston College.
Great opportunity in the first minute it was. Should have hit the target for sure. Rasika Rose was exposed, to say the least. So good from Graham. What a season he's had, Michael Graham. 2 goals and 8 assists, but his defensive capabilities have really improved from last season.
Kimani Reese delivers the ball to Johnson. Flank stays down. Johnson with Sears behind him. This one comes to Richards. Deshaun Richards wants to get it on the left foot. He does get it on the left foot. But the shot is well saved by Rasika Rose in goal.
They're lucky, JC. You just can't be giving Richards an opportunity like that from 19 yards out. And he's probably disappointed that he didn't find the far top corner. He doesn't need much room, Deshaun Richards, especially cutting in on the left foot.
So, Kimani Reese. Jaheim Johnson. Switch the angle of attack. Mattis cuts inside and gives the ball away. Jamaica College will transition quickly, at least they'll attempt to. Well broken up in the middle by Reggie Taylor.
And Fraser in with the tackle as well.
Taylor coming in for Shakes. Tonight Shakes off the island. Sears.
Lovely take that was by Bennett as well. Good control in the middle of the park. It's midfield for Jamaica College. Very good work rate.
Blake goes long.
A bit surprising that Saviola Blake was a GC player most advanced into the area. Not the tallest either. So an aerial ball wouldn't be his strength. Likes to get forward as well, Blake. Only has 1 assist on the season, hasn't scored. That assist came in the final of the Manning Cup. Jamaica College squad is something else. 20 scorers in their squad, JC, and 17 assist makers. If that hasn't been a team performance, I don't know what is.
Penetrable force as a team, Jamaica College. Can Kingston College crack them tonight? Zimonese.
Nice area this for Zimonese as well. Bit surprised that from time to time Kevon Wilson doesn't get more involved in the free kicks from especially this kind of range, or even when it's a little closer to the 18-yard box. This a little bit further out, which I think suits Zimonese because he likes distance. competition either. They're number 10. Aldridge, who in his time at Kingston Technical as well, had quite a few impressive free kicks as well, but he hasn't really had much to say in terms of the JC dead balls.
From closer range though, I think, for Aldridge. 5-man ball. Zimini is the lone man standing behind it. Comes to Wilson, across the face of goal.
Saviola Blake again in the area. That should have been a goal. Probably looked to make full contact, which was not the idea. Should have been looking to flick that on towards the far post. He was under pressure as well. Good ball into the air by Wilson. Oh, he's got to score that there, Blake. Needed to open up the foot there.
As Chris pointed out, hasn't scored this campaign, Saviola Blake.
Yeah.
That should have been his first goal of the season.
His foot a little bit too close. Need to have loosened the ankle there. That was a good opportunity.
Ball taken off Wilson. JC back with it. Aldridge does well to keep it in. Graham sends it forward. Flicked on for Aldridge. Aldridge inside the box! From KT to JC! There is no stopping McQuan Aldridge! The Manning Cup champions! 1-0 up in the Champions Cup final! And it's Aldridge with his 9th goal of the season! And what an important one!
It's been a plan to attack the right-hand side of the KC defence, and again McQuan Aldridge finds joy here. Strength and skill, and Malik Williams will be very disappointed with that, the KC goalkeeper. He's got to get down to his near post there, and even though it was a good strike from McQuan Aldridge, that should have been saved by Williams.
It had been coming. Purple Nation silenced inside the National Stadium, and the dark blues of Old Dope Road are very much in their acting. You can't tell from that shot, but he's a happy man.
Lots of time left in this one, but again, Reese just not dealing with the presence of Kimani, of McQuan Aldridge very well at all. Allowing way too much space. Tariq Zimini's with the assist, his 2nd of the season. And yeah, there you see it, Aldridge, 9 on the season. And he's enjoying the space in this KC defence.
For KC with Reese, it's a good one. Richards got the header, but it was wide of the mark. Couldn't get it on target. We're approaching added on time at the end of this first half. Jamaica College with a deserved lead. 3 minutes of time to be added.
KC conceding their 13th goal of the season. I don't think they'll be too worried as well. They certainly have a lot of ability at the other end of the park. Still lots of time, but they have to work out a plan for McQuan Aldridge, especially on the right-hand side of their defence. It's just been way too open. Zimini's has had joy there, Wilson has had joy, and now Aldridge.
They have to work out a plan as well as to how they're going to breach this Jamaica College defence. Because in truth, outside of the mistake made by the captain Xavier Davidson that
in the first minute,
allowed Jaheim Johnson in, and he didn't take advantage. Outside of that, no real clear-cut opportunities. They haven't created much on the attacking end, Kingston College, and that's their strength. That's been their strength.
They've put their bodies on the line, JC. They've got important blocks. They're helping out the wing backs as well in terms of dealing with the pacey wide players of KC. So, as we said, team effort from JC.
Wilson loses out that time around. Richards picks it up in the middle. Ball taken off him by Saviola Blake. Jamaica College head forward with Fraser. Fraser has Zimonese to his right, picks him out. Zimonese has Wilson in the middle, tries to go around Barrett. Zimonese is taken out. And a free kick will come up for JC.
Right on the edge of the box. And a yellow card as well.
First yellow card of the encounter. And it goes
Barrett
to Lennox Barrett.
In that left back position, Barrett. I know he'll have to be careful just outside the area.
The 19-year-old doing what I'm sure he thought he had to, because Zimonese was getting away inside the area dangerously.
This is what we expect from Tariq Zimonese. Let's hope he's not injured badly. He's still down. But yeah, these telling runs, bursts of speed in the wide areas. That's what he's known for.
He too playing his last schoolboy football match in Jamaica, or well, last ISSA schoolboy football match for Kingston College. Lennox Barrett, of course. Aldridge did brilliantly to keep that ball in play.
Yeah, that's the kind of work we've been looking to see from Macon Aldridge. Sliding to keep it in and then getting back into the position to score.
Free kick coming up for Jamaica College. Zimonese standing over it. Of course, Kingston College will not be involved in the Caribbean face-off. Brenton Sears is the man behind it. Third and final minute of time added at the end of this first half. That was high. Anticlimactic, really. That's the end of the first half. Jamaica College scored one. Tariq Zimonese, it was ruled offside. No question about the second one from Macon Aldridge. Aldridge and Zimonese, along with brilliant work from Kevon Wilson, linking up really well the Jamaica College front three. They have nullified the quality of this man, Dejon Whisper Richards. And it's Jamaica College with the advantage, both in terms of the run of play and in terms of the scoreline. At half-time, the Manning Cup champions lead by a 1-0. College asserting themselves in the last 20 to 25 minutes of that first half, and they lead by a goal to nil, a deserved lead as well. Let's have a look at the first half highlights then. Tarek Zemeni's getting the match underway for Jamaica College, and the captain Davidson giving this one away to Shaheem Johnson. Johnson firing wide of the mark, should have at least hit the target there. He knows it. Jamaica College, Zemeni's had a really good first half, bursting into the box. The cross handed by Sow and then cleared by the Kingston College captain Byam. This was a lovely pass played forward by Wilson. Aldridge's shot brilliantly saved by Malik Williams. Zemeni's on the follow-up. The flag was up for offside, though we suspect it was offside called on Maquan Aldridge. So we stayed at 0-0. The big man for Kingston College, Deshaun Richards, was kept at bay for majority of that first half. A rare occasion where he was given enough room to shoot towards the target. He did. It was comfortably saved. That one played across the face of goal by Kevon Wilson, who had a very good first half for Jamaica College, but it couldn't be put home by Saviola Blake. But they would eventually get the goal, Jamaica College. Aldridge inside the box, drilling to the near post of Malik Williams, and he couldn't get down in time to make the save, and Jamaica College in front. Aldridge with his 9th goal of the season, the former Kingston technical player, giving Jamaica College the lead in the Champions Cup final. Let's have a look at the first half highlights then. Jamaica College 5 shots, 2 on target. Kingston College 4 shots, 1 on target. 12 fouls in the contest, 6 apiece, 1 yellow card. That went to the Kingston College number 5, Lennox Barrett. Offside calls, 1 against Jamaica College. Of course, that was the one they scored. Kingston College 3 corner kicks, none for Jamaica College. 1 save apiece for Malik Williams and for Sika Rose. Jamaica College dominating possession, 57% to 43. Jenny Robinson is with the fans in the stands. Jenny.
And I'm here with the fans in the stands. I'm here at Potter's King and Weddy Weddy. It's beer vibes in the stadium. JC's up by 1 goal to nil. Potter's King, you say you support Kingston College. What do you think about them so far?
Alright. You know them they won, but it's just a Bob Marley that one love. So you know, so the second half, we are going to get back. You understand me I say?
So how you feel like this match will end up?
Alright. 3-2. I remember whisper a few moment. We want to get that cup here because we're not seeing back next year.
Well, you heard it from him, Potter's King. Now, Weddy, tell me, your team is up 1 goal to nil. How do you feel about the performance so far?
I'm trying to play good, man. Come on, cut them big baller. Them big baller, we're good. And we are give them 3 load them again. Let's go 2 more seconds now. I can't see time to go. Them a one-man team. One-man team can't be JC, no time at all. And Potter know that.
Well, he said JC's going to score 3. Potter's King said Casey's going to score 3. Potter, you have anything else you want to say to the Kingston players, family?
Yeah, just love, support, you know, whisper the new sensation where I can uplift the youth them. Same like we have Potter's King where the new generation.
Wait, so you guys floating for the win?
Yeah, man. I always remember big up Frankie music. You understand?
So show me how you have floated to win.
Bonus one. Let's go.
Alright, you will see more football action with your home of champions right after the break.
Full credit, full credit.
Schoolboy football action continues on Wednesday. Jamaica College versus Clarendon College in the Olivia Shield playoff. We start at 4:30 p.m, 5:30 in the Eastern Caribbean. Jamaica College, the Manning Cup champions. Clarendon College, the Da Costa Cup winners. They fight for the symbol of all islands, Schoolboy football supremacy in the land of wood and water. Second half coming up in the Champions Cup final, featuring Kingston College and Jamaica College. Jamaica College with a 1-0 advantage, and they will be looking to drive home that advantage in the second half. This is the fourth time Jamaica College are playing in the Champions Cup final. Won it in 2014 when it was called the Super Cup, but they've lost 2 finals since. Kingston College undefeated in Champions Cup finals 2017 and 2019, but they find themselves behind in this one. Can Raymond Watson's boys turn it around? Their only chance at silverware this season. Kingston College lost in the Manning Cup semi-final to St Andrew Technical, who went on to lose in the final to Jamaica College. Jamaica College already with 1 title, looking for their second as they look to remain on course for the Triple Crown. Kennedy. Richards wins the throw. Reese. Aldridge boots it upfield, handled by Byam at the back for Kingston College. Fraser heads it forward for Wilson. JC in possession. Sayers calling for it. They went down the middle and give the ball away. KC now with Mattis. Slips it beautifully. And the whistle goes the way of Jamaica College.
Good defensive effort yet again. Tashawn Mattis, not sure why he tried to force the issue on that left side. Probably should have turned back the ball. Eventually giving it away and committing the foul. They'll need to come up with new ways to break down this JC backline. They can't just be reliant on Richards alone.
They need to be solid at the back as well. Kingston College. Can't see them coming back from 2 goals down against this Jamaica College team as Mattis sets this one long. Rassical Rose, the 18-year-old, in position. Started his high school career at Kingston College, Rassical Rose, so left there in 2018. Some bragging rights for him if Jamaica College go on to win this. Wilson. Johnson for
nice
Darnell
idea,
Edwards.
Yeah. A bit more creative there, better from them. Edwards into Johnson. They're looking to link up with Kennedy. That was a lot more creative from KC. Offside. But yeah, 15 clean sheets in 20 matches for JC. They are not an easy unit to break down. Only once in the entire season have they conceded more than 1 goal in any game, and it came against, Holy Trinity. A first round game that they lost 4-2. Here you see clearly offside. Not the best pass there by Johnson, it was.
JC with Fraser for Wilson. Simonees. Saviola Blake. Jamarli Bennett. Bennett inside. Simonees arriving. The flag was up in any case.
Certainly wasn't a pass from Bennett, it was a shot. definitely offside.
Yellow card goes long. Simonese still going. Simonese scores his second goal of the season. JC is the second tonight, and it may well be the goal that assures them the Champions Cup trophy for the 2022 season. JC too clear against KC.
This is the kind of play we've been expecting to see from Tariq Zimini since he joined this JC squad late. Pace, power and precision from the JC number 9. Just a second of the season, but the way he pulled away from the KC back line and his composure in terms of the finish, off the upright, in, off the upright, good finish, good performance by JC so far, and this might very well be the first time that the Purples lose in the final of a Champions Cup.
Tariq Zimenez has scored 2 goals this season, and they have been 2 fabulous goals as well. Didn't go for pace, teased the defense. All over the top. This one falls safely for Malik Williams. Fraser for JC. Could be real trouble for Kingston College now. Fraser still going. Needs help though. Kennedy staying with him. Fraser doing well to hold on to possession. Now picks up Sayers, floats this one. And Aldridge will allow it to run into touch for a Jamaica College throw.
Well, you asked for it, Ricardo. You spoke about the need for him to show that quality that has been promised so far, even though he joined the squad late. Premier League experience on him now, national experience.
Wilson
he's got to count for something, and he certainly did there.
Skewed off the outside of the boot from Kevon Wilson.
JC certainly with the momentum, JC. And yeah, they will be looking for a third, which would certainly kill off the contest at this point. KC have come back from 2 goals down this season. Do you remember that
they did end up losing that game? Aldridge, top of the ball. Oh, brilliant work from Aldridge. Picks up Williams.
Yeah,
they're turning it on now inside the National Stadium.
Good move, Makwan Aldridge yet again in the wide areas, cutting in. No doubt about his skill, Aldridge. But yeah, KC did come back. They were down 2-0 at half-time against St. George's. Came back 2-2 at the start of the second half. Still lost that game by 4 goals to 2. Just one of 2 losses KC have had this season.
Zimenez into the centre for Saviola Blake. Plays it forward for Wilson. Wilson quickly on, asking Aldridge to run onto it. Does well. Reese gets the boot in this time. What a tough 90s, and Kimani Reese trying to hand him a corner. Aldridge.
Area of the KC back line today. And Aldridge especially.
throw for Jamaica College, headed on by Ceremonies, cleaned up by Williams in goal.
Just before half-time, we spoke about the fact that Casey needed to make some form of adjustment here, not necessarily take off reads, but he needed help. And they made no adjustments. So, yeah, the exploitation has continued.
Kennedy heading forward for Kingston College. Needed to try and play Richards into the attack.
Strong tackle by Romain Blake.
All played on by Kennedy looking for Johnson. The attempted clearance came back off Johnson.
Rasika Rose was taking no chances.
Could have ended up differently for Jamaica College. Sayers switches the angle of attack. Reese wins it though. Well-timed challenge. He's on his way with Aldridge chasing him.
Better from Reese.
To Mattis. Saviola Blake was there to thwart the attack.
JC certainly struggling to come forward, struggling to maintain possession as well. JC closing the lines very well. No space for KC.
They have marked Dejon Richards out of this one superbly.
The work rate of the JC midfield is also something that should be highlighted, because yes, the back line is doing a great job, but they're being assisted by the midfielders as well. Bennett, Blake and Wilson.
Can Raymond Watson solve this puzzle? Saviola Blake goes long looking for Kevon Wilson. Wilson has finds Aldridge.
He's off again.
Aldridge inside the box. Cleaned up by Darnell Edwards. Ceremonies gets taken out. JC with a free kick.
They have not thought about Maquan Aldridge enough. Do remember, Maquan Aldridge was arguably the best player of last season. He was on the tip of everybody's tongue. Maquan Aldridge before his move to Jamaica College. So I don't know if they've forgotten about him from last year, didn't watch the tapes.
Yeah, not a very good season for him. I always wonder when a player like Aldridge leaves a team where he is by far the best player on the team, and then you go to another school
with a strong system.
How difficult it is to adjust.
It does take a while. We mentioned Tevin Rochester, remember when he was such a standout at Holy Trinity, fully dominant, and it took him a while to find his legs, find his form at JC. Did eventually win titles there, but at first he looked a bit out of sorts, as Maquan Aldridge has had in this season, where he's not looked the same, he's not looked as dominant as he was last year.
And you also pointed out that he's playing in a different role as well
this year, yeah.
Ceremonies trying to keep this one in play, unable to do so.
But because he was so much better than the other players at Kingston Technical, sometimes his work rate wasn't highlighted. We thought that a lot of times he was, walking around, but when he was on the ball, he was excellent. But now coming in. As you could see from his goal in the first half, his work rate is improving, even if it is minimal, because he had to really put in a sliding performance there just to win back that ball that eventually ended up in the goal. So that's a good sign for him.
Not a good sign for Kingston College that they've given the ball away. It's been a while. They haven't ended the season without a title, KC. Would have to go all the way back to 2016. Is the last time they ended the season without a title. Won the Champions Cup in 2017. The Manning Cup in 2018. Champions Cup 2019. Last season, the Manning Cup.
COVID 2020. they won the competition.
Last season, you had me for a second there, Chris.
27 trophies they have in all, Kingston College. 16 Manning Cups, 9 Walker Cups, 2 Champions Cups.
They head forward
at the senior level, of course.
There's a shot! Oh! That wasn't far away from Whisper. Richards sounds a warning in the 60th minute.
Spoke about the fact that they just can't give him this kind of space in and around that 18-yard area. 20 yards out on his left foot. He's had 2 bites at the cherry.
The thing about it is that he's disappointed not to have scored that.
Oh yes.
He expects to score that.
He scored so many this season from that same angle, from that same kind of distance. And as you said, with a 2-0 advantage, 1 goal can really upset the apple cart and change the momentum of things. As we said, KC once this season so far have come from a 2-goal deficit, even though they ended up losing the match.
Kamoy Wall, he's warming up for Kingston College. Well, it looks as if he's past the warm-up stage by now and getting ready to come on. Brassica Rose not looking too good. The 18-year-old looks in some amount of discomfort.
Bit surprised that Nashada Gibbs isn't on the park yet. KC number 15, 14 goals and 3 assists. They certainly need him now. These are the goals. Makwan Aldridge, as we said, putting in the work initially to win back the ball, and then the finish, which Malik Williams should have saved to the near post. Truth be told. And then Tariq Zimini's lovely drop off the shoulder, using his experience and power here, and then the composure at the right minute to find the far corner, rolled it in almost. Tariq Zimini for his 2nd of the season, and JC's 2nd of the match. It's a big hug from Davian Ferguson as well. Such a big lad. Tariq Zimini's lifted Ferguson.
Well, Ferguson isn't that big a lad, to be honest.
He ain't a lad.
He's probably feeling like one now, though. Nashorna Gibbs,
he's
a 14-goal man for Kingston College, on in the 62nd minute.
Surprised it took so long.
Prove to be the difference. Has worked well with Deshaun Richards this season. Pretty sure just quite a number of those 18 assists from Richards would have been finished off by him.
I was a little bit surprised that they didn't bring him on at half time, just considering the run of play in the first half and how they were struggling to create opportunities. I would have probably taken the gamble at half time anyhow. He has 28 minutes to make an impact.
Yeah, so Gibbs replacing Kennedy. Reggie Taylor is also off.
Kemoy War is replacement.
Yeah, and Lennox Barrett is off as well. So Barrett, Kennedy and Taylor all off for Kingston College.
Romario Campbell also on. They're number 11.
There's Campbell.
Comes into the middle of the park. Attacking midfielder.
Long ball inside.
1 goal, 1 assist for Romario Campbell. Well, that trick didn't work for Gibbs.
He's warming up.
At this point, they have to go for it, KC.
They haven't been good enough tonight, Kingston College.
JC certainly have done their homework. They certainly look back at that match with Clarendon College. They've marked the areas of Richards very well. They've just generally closed the space. We saw that kind of defensive solidity in the semi-final in the final of the Manning Cup against St. Andrew Technical, albeit a mistake in the end which brought them back into the championship. There's Clarendon College there looking on.
They will play Jamaica College in the Olivier Shield. Here is Richards, slips this one through. Too much weight on the pass though. Watson couldn't keep it in play. This is the second time this season in a pre-match interview I heard the Kingston College coach Raymond Watson saying that he is pretty close with the coaching staff and the opposition. And well, if he loses this one as well, it will be the second time that they would be losing to a team that he's close with the coaching staff.
Maybe he needs to keep a distance.
Yeah, which is exactly where I'm going. He probably should be keeping his distance. Said that ahead of the St Andrew Technical semi-final as well in the Manning Cup.
Philip Williams, of course, the head coach at St Andrew Technical. Just got a shot of Andre Edwards as well, who is a technical director at KC.
The substitute, Romario Campbell, trying to work some magic. Throw coming up for the Purples. Deep in opposition land. Mattis. It's a good ball floated in. Headed on. Comfortable for Rose.
It's been an easy 65 minutes for Rose, it must be said.
Yeah, Malik Williams doesn't look too good.
I'm sure he would be feeling good either when he looks back at that first goal he conceded.
Tajara Lee on the bench for Kingston College, the substitute goalkeeper.
Getting ready. It doesn't look as if Malik Williams is going to be able to continue.
Was starting for a lot of the season, Tajara Lee, and was left out in the Champions Cup semi-final. Now looks as if he will have to finish the Champions Cup final. He too, the last time he played, was banged about, went down a number of times in that game. Thought he might be injured, wondered when he was left out of the Champions Cup semi-final if it might be because of an injury. They're still trying to work on Williams to see if he can stay on the park.
Seems like a back issue as well. Just stiffness in the back. Well, he's ready.
He's more than ready.
I mean, he obviously will be hoping he doesn't have much work to do.
Yeah. Michael Graham has had an outstanding night for Jamaica College. Pivotal part of dealing with the outstanding Dejon Whisper Richards.
This was early in the first half. As I said, just look at that though. It's a team effort though. As you said, Wilson getting in the thick of things. Graham as well, yes. Blake putting in a challenge. Bennett was in the thick of things. But yeah, Graham, his defensive skills have improved since last season. He's worked at his game a lot. Increased the quality of his delivery from the wide areas. Hence he has more assists this year with 8 compared to 3 last season. And he has 2 goals to go with that. But it's been an all-round improvement for Michael Graham in the left-back role.
Williams sends it long. Richards heads it on. The captain, Davidson, gets it away from goal. Campbell allows it to run behind for a corner, takes it quickly. Mattis gets it in. Johnson couldn't turn it towards goal.
But again, look at the person's back. Sayers coming across as a wing back. Rotation excellent from JC. And then Romain Blake able there as well to help him and to get it clear. So his communication with his back line impressive.
Wow. His pass is blocked. Now JC will look to transition quickly. Jamaica College on the front foot with Jaheim Fraser. Fraser cuts in on the left foot. They're appealing for a handball and penalty. Will not get it.
Yeah, I totally agree. It looked like it came off the shoulder.
Aldridge slips this one through for Wilson! That would have been that! But maybe, just maybe, there is still hope for KC.
Mistakes in the back line for KC yet again, giving it away. McQuan Aldridge with a nice pass. Good defensive work by Blake Byam though, just to ensure that Wilson couldn't get off his shot. Here was the initial block from Fraser. Then, did stick out the arm there by him. Lucky to get away with that. It looked initially like it came off the shoulder, but that was, what, off the elbow?
Yeah, I think he's very fortunate to get away with that. Blake Byam.
Yeah, that should have been a penalty, eh?
Has been a tower of strength at the back for Kingston College this season. Here's the corner kick coming in, headed away.
The fact that he extended the arm away from his body, so it was intentional.
Definitely movement of the arm.
And that was missed. Casey lucky.
Fraser cuts it inside, picked up by Saviola. Blake steps it forward for Ceremonies.
Playing through the lines now, JC. Very good. Lots of movement in the middle. Their conditioning is something else, Jamaica College.
This is probably as attractive as they have played this season. Fraser for Aldridge. Aldridge with Ceremonies in front of him.
Forgot Wilson, that he needed the ball.
Yeah, stepping forward to assist him. Wilson on the football now. That's an important touch from South. Flag is up. Offside.
McQuan Aldridge certainly coming to life more and more in this second half. Showing a lot of what we saw last season when he was at Kingston Technical. The ability in tight spaces where he was clearly offside there. But just the build-up play with Wilson coming into that. Not only his strength on the ball, but his two-footed ability and his creativity as well.
One thing about Jamaica College, and we saw it in the great period, but even if you think back to Alfred Henry teams, Miguel Coley, one thing about JC, they know how to peak in a season, and they usually play their best football at the back end of the campaign, and that's what we are seeing tonight.
Yeah.
Narrow escape in the Manning Cup final, but that would have given them so much confidence coming into this.
But as you said, especially right throughout the seasons, when you look in the first round is where they would give up points normally. If they were going to have a loss, it would come in the first round. They would give up goals. As I said, those two goals they conceded against Holy Trinity, as I mentioned, the only team to score more than one goal against them, was the third or fourth game of their season. So, yeah, as you said, as the season goes on, they get stronger and stronger.
Really tough to beat them at this stage of the season. As Wilson looks for his first goal of the night and his 11th of the season. Not to be, at least not yet.
Part of the strategy as well, if you notice in the first round, they play almost their entire squad. So they work out which players play best in which position and so on, still trying to figure out their best 11 as that first round goes on. So granted, they are blessed with such a deep squad.
And usually they have fresh faces coming into their squad as well. Corner kick taken. Fraser.
Something to note as well, they are in the final.
Aldridge gets around the keeper. Flag is up.
They are in the final of the under-14 as well, so it shows the development of the school as well. They were in the semi-final of the under-16, they lost. So the production line is certainly there. Nice ball over the box, but over the top. But yeah, offside here, Aldridge.
Yeah, if there's one critique of Jamaica College over the years though, is that although they have a good production line, they tend not to use it because they usually bring in fresh players for senior football.
But I think that's just to add to what they have.
Here is Fraser.
Let me tell you one of the things, right, and a lot of this goes unnoticed, but in terms of their whole management unit, they watch all the football from around the island. So they know what's happening in St. James, in St. Elizabeth, in the strong parishes, in Clarendon, in the strong parishes of the Costa Cup football as well. So they're very much aware of the talent all around the park. As we see them about to make a change, Taim Shaw is going to come in.
Yeah, Wilson will be making his way off the park. Kevon Wilson, very good night for him. Just would be disappointed that he wasn't able to get on the score sheet. Deshaun will be looking to pick up where he left off. Kingston College desperate for a goal here.
So what they do is bring in a lot of players to complement, if you want to call it, the homegrown players that they have.
I think the use of the word "a lot" is where the critique is.
I think more credit to their management and scouting systems to be aware of the talent all over the park. And maybe if a lot more schools did that and are aware of what's happening, they watch so much football and go to a lot of the football around the island, so they know what is happening, and that's important if you're looking to build a unit.
Completely agree with you. They have a management unit that's second to none. Ian Forbes doing an outstanding job as head of that unit. Aldridge coming face to face with Reese again, dismisses him, got some help from Edwards, and now Reese can clean up. At least he tried to, with Ceremonies getting into the mix. Kingston College throw, but they're deep in their own area.
You mentioned Ian Forbes, a lot of their players as well, after JC going on to college and elsewhere overseas as well. Darren Virtue right in that. Brandon Sam's a big part of their scouting unit. So, as I said, these old boys of the school who are giving back as well, getting involved from all different angles.
Yeah, it's a high quality program. This Jamaica College unit is run better than many Premier League teams in the country.
Yeah.
Sears with the throw, and now they aren't just having talent from here in Jamaica but across the Caribbean.
Yeah, they're very much a Caribbean team. We saw a goal from Alec Benny in the semi-final of the Champions Cup. He's from Trinidad and Tobago.
There's Ian Forbes heavily involved in track and field as well, not just at Jamaica College but at the national governing body level with the Jamaica Athletics Administrative Association. Fraser lost down. Casey trying to counter.
Of course, officially the manager of this team, Ian.
Yeah, and a true lover of Jamaica College. Sears out wide.
But Sears, yeah, a product of the Caribbean as well. He is Vincentian from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So is Saviola Blake, and then they have 3 players from St. Lucia as well. None are on the field now. And the one Trinidad player from Trinidad and Tobago in Alec Benny.
Yeah, that's induction casted by Brendan Sandiford, who has scored 6 goals this season, 6 assists to his credit as well. They have Trinis in the setup.
Mac Lawrence, one of the other St. Lucians as well. And Bertier.
Frisa delivers. Headed away by Reese. Richards picks it up. Oh, Richards does well to escape too. And gets taken down. And should win himself a free kick. And a yellow card is going to come out as well to Romain Blake.
Romain Blake says he hasn't made contact with him, but even if he did, that's a smart foul there, if you would want to say. Just can't allow Dejan Richards to run through like that. These are the kind of areas where he causes damage, and I think there was a trip on Richards here. Let's see. Ooh. Went and pulled out, but maybe enough. Definitely certainly got a touch. If it wasn't from him, it was from, was it Sears who was tracking back as well?
Here's another chance for Richards from a dead ball situation.
Tough angle. Score from here.
Deshaun Richards will surely go for goal. Knowing him, he has no other thought. 79th minute of the final. Kingston College down by 2-0 against Jamaica College. And their star man, Dejan Whisper Richards, stands behind the free kick. Richards goes for goal! It had to be him! He is no ordinary Whisper! Casey's saving grace! Let the rally begin! 2-1.
Tough angle to score from, but he got it done, Dejon Richards. Heavily criticised for his ability from the dead ball or what he has pulled off, but that one was from the top draw. Rose maybe giving a little bit too much towards his near post, and Richard found the gap. 30 on the season for Dejon Richards. He earned the free kick, he took the free kick, he scored the free kick.
We haven't said that number a lot in terms of goals in schoolboy football, but he's hit 30, Dejon Richards. Flag on. 80th minute. In all competitions for this outstanding talent. A match that for the most part he's been marked out of, but he finds a way to give his team a lifeline. Cornell Learman, Glenn Muir scored 38 goals mid 2000s. Well, he knows his team has a lifeline. Jordan Fletcher, I think, got 33 as well for Cornwall College. Kingston College. Pep in their steps, no doubt. Johnson wins the free kick. But it's not often that we see a schoolboy get to 30 goals in a season.
Doesn't happen very often. Last player to do it, Jordan Fletcher, 2016 for Cornwall College.
Kamoy Wong stands behind this one for Kingston College. Wong delivers, headed away. I think Kahim Paris got into the 30s as well.
For Dintil Technical.
Yeah.
That would have been, what, 2018 maybe?
But it doesn't happen often, that's a fact. Aldridge. Oh, shows some speed does Aldridge. Gets inside the box. That's a timely challenge. This one has come to life.
Not much time to go. Great run by Macquan Aldridge. Right hand side of the defense again. Deshaun Mattis putting in the work here. Good speed to get back. That was a well-timed challenge. Certainly no penalty.
Yeah. Said he would have a big role to play tonight. More expected it on the attacking end. Jamaica College getting ready to have Jaheim Fraser taken out.
Javier Lynch, their leading goal scorer, to come on. 12 goals, 6 assists. They've taken long to bring him on, Lynch. I guess there was no need initially.
Probably thinking about the Olivier Shield as well, where I think he'll likely start in that one on Wednesday.
Pretty quiet game for Fraser. Hero of the final against St Andrew Technical in the Manning Cup. That beautiful goal.
Probably rewarded for that gorgeous finish in the Manning Cup final. But Lynch is on now, and the game is not over yet. Kingston College would also make a substitution.
Reese, who has had a rough night to say the least. Harris comes on.
Kashim Harris on the park for Kingston College.
Like for live swap.
After all of that, it will be a corner kick for Jamaica College. Oh, Mattis has done brilliantly again. Waugh escapes with it for KC. Picks out Richards. Campbell couldn't get on the end of it. Neither could Johnson. Kingston College showing some urgency here. Richards switches the angle of attack. Gibbs has possession, has stayed onside. Gets it back to Waugh. Waugh slips it inside. Here's the chance for Edwards. Saved with the left boot. Rassica Rose coming up big for JC.
Way too open on that occasion. How could Edwards have had so much space?
He looked surprised at Darnell Edwards.
Yeah, he had so much space and room. And Rose is down again.
Had that been a more potent striker, it might have been level in this Champions Cup final.
Rotation didn't come for JC, just losing their concentration a bit at a critical time. Not sure if the legs are getting tired and the mind are now wavering.
They did concede late in the Manning Cup final against St Andrew Technical, and Kingston College do have the firepower to make them pay.
And have come back from a 2-goal deficit before. They have never lost a Champions Cup final, KC. And they have won 4 of their last 5 matchups against Jamaica College.
Yeah, the Jamaica College physio, masseuse, Alvin Green making his way onto the park, former national athlete. Might not look it these days, but yeah, was pretty good around the track one time.
Freeman Watson still looks pretty relaxed.
Doesn't he always? At least he tries to. Michael Graham has put in a great shift for Jamaica College tonight.
And yet the person he was marking has still managed to score.
That's the quality of DeJean Richards. Kyle Butler in the arena watching on. His father, DeJean Richards, is his father also there in the white hat alongside Kyle Butler.
Purple shirt and glasses.
Aldridge ran out of real estate.
Aldridge has had an impressive game too, very good game. He's worked hard throughout this game, something that a lot of persons have been calling out for with Makwan Aldridge to add to his repertoire.
Definitely a player of the match candidate. Ball has been given away here.
That's another candidate.
Tarek Zemeniz taking out, wins the free kick. Has to be between the two of them, Zemeniz and Aldridge. Take your pick.
Good skill there. Foul by Edwards for sure.
They have both scored. Zemeniz had an assist as well.
Makwan Aldridge nearly had an assist.
Yeah.
The goal that was ruled out.
But then Zemeniz would have 2 goals.
Good point.
89th minute of this championship match. Kingston College, as it stands, heading for their first defeat in a Champions Cup final. 3rd time they're making the final. They won the first 2. Tonight they have been in many ways outplayed, and had it not been for a moment of brilliance from DeJean Richards, then they would have still been 2-0 down. But that's the reason they have him.
Aldridge is off. Alec Benny, man from Trinidad and Tobago, is on.
Benny scored in the semi-final! Oh, that wasn't far away! Well, he's coming to the party lane, first on the defensive end, now on the attacking end.
Has a good left foot himself, and that wasn't far away. Rose was worried. Good technique there, just wide, it was dipping too, you know. 4 goals on the season for Mattis.
Almost completely changed the face of this game with one wonder strike. Richards. There's intensity in the Kingston College setup now. They head forward once more. Jamaica College still so resolute at the back though.
Mattis working again.
Javier Lynch heading forward.
Ooh, that would have been a foul by Mattis though.
Mattis must be a marathon man.
Look to challenge Lynch instead of the ball. Got away with it.
Walk. Plays it forward. Given away. One back, Mattis. Darnell Edwards. 5 minutes to be added on. 5 minutes for Kingston College to try and get the equalizing goal. 5 minutes for Jamaica College to hold on to their 1 goal advantage or even extend the advantage.
Good work by Graham yet again.
He could be a candidate as well.
Yeah, he's had a good game as well, Graham. Not easy to keep Richards on the wraps. Such a talent. Richards, apart from that free kick, he really hasn't been involved that much. Successfully, I should say. He hasn't had the impact throughout the 90 minutes like they would have hoped.
But that's why I rate him so highly, because I just feel he can make use of the smallest of opportunities.
And that's what the great players usually do.
Casey head forward, War over on the left. Oh, that's not a very good pass, but he gets a second bite at the cherry. Delivers across to Richards. Was always going to be difficult to test. Rasika Rose from that far out with the head.
But yeah, the great players are the ones who are certainly highlight players. As you said, the few opportunities they get, they make the most of it. Well,
that is almost that. Not quite. Tarek Zimini's almost finished it off. Looked for a second as if it had gone in, but it hadn't. And Kingston College still have life in the Champions Cup final.
Great burst of speed here by Zimini's, again getting past the back line. And Malik Williams again exposed and just very lucky. That was just on the outside of the upright. Took a big hit too as well, Zimini's.
It's either the Kingston College backline is really slow or Tarek Zimini's is really fast.
He's fast.
The SportsMax app moment brought to you by the SportsMax app. The first goal for Jamaica College, brilliantly kept in by McQuan Aldridge. Played onto him by Tarek Zimini's. Aldridge driving it to the near post of Malik Williams. Unable to keep it out. Jamaica College in front. McQuan Aldridge from KT to JC with his 9th goal of the season. Gave them a 1-0 advantage. They now lead 2-1 with 2.5 minutes to go in added time. This is where JC want to be. Ball played forward looking for Lynch. Not another time left for Kingston College to fight.
Lynch is a very intelligent forward. Makes very incisive runs and pushing this back line of KC to stay with him. This was a good change for JC. You just need that point man, that person that can keep the defense line busy from the opposition.
Sanderfoot, the St. Lucian, laying it off to Lynch. Lynch gives up a throw. Long way for KC to go to try and get forward here. And the ball goes the way of Jamaica College. This is exactly what the Dark Blues want.
rush either.
KC have to rush though. Williams backs it upfield. Kingston College trailed by 2-1 in the 2018 Manning Cup final against St. George's College. Got 2 goals in the dying moments to win it. Here's a ball inside. Looks as if it ended up being a clash of Kingston College players. And the JC fans sense now that they will win the All-Ireland knockout for the second time. They won the first edition when it was the Super Cup in 2014, and now they're on the verge. Audit Hamilton sets the ball in KC's favour. They can't have a lot of time now. There was a stoppage for Zimines, so we're into time added on to added time now. But it can't be a lot left for Kingston College. This surely will be their final attack. Wall sends it forward. Headed away. They've got to find a way, KC. This is inside the box. And that could well be that. That is that. Jamaica College, the Manning Cup champions, and the Champions Cup title. Kingston College takes defeat in a Champions Cup final for the first time. Jamaica College stop a run of 2 straight defeats in Champions Cup finals. Davian Ferguson has his 3rd title in charge of the Dark Blues. The Champions Cup adding to his 2 Manning Cup crowns. Although proud, celebrates tonight. Kingston College outplayed and well beaten by an impenetrable Jamaica College setup. Saul gave it all he had, but it wasn't enough. It's a Jamaica College party in St. Andrew tonight. DeJohn Richards gave KC a glimmer of hope with an outstanding free kick. But for all his brilliance, they finished the campaign titleless. There's a lot of familiarity out there, but it's going to be hard to console those KC boys tonight. It's JC, 2nd title, adding to the 2014 Super Cup crown. They win by 2-1 inside the National Stadium. Well deserved, one would say, for Jamaica College, because they were the better team. Aldridge and Zimines. Richards getting what turned out to be a consolation for Kingston College. 2 on the final score. Let's have a look at the full match highlights. The 2 captains, the 2 number 4s greeting at the start of the contest. It was Kingston College who had an early opportunity to go in front. Xavier Davidson giving the ball away to Jaheim Johnson. Johnson couldn't hit the target when he really should have. JC went on the attack. Zimines showing pace early, getting inside the box, cutting it across. Saul keeping it away from any advancing attacker. Aldridge, cutting inside beautifully, brilliant save from Malik Williams. Zimines with the follow-up, but the flag was up. We suspect it was Aldridge who was flagged offside. Kingston College had very few opportunities to go forward. Their top man had very few opportunities to shoot. He created that one, but it was comfortably saved by Brassica Rose in goal. This one fell for Kevon Wilson across the face of goal, but Saviola Blake, looking for his first goal of the campaign, couldn't convert. Brilliant work from McQuan Aldridge to keep that ball in. Got it back from Simonese, struck to the near post, and Malik Williams couldn't get down in time to make the save. Jamaica College in front in the 44th minute, 1-0. Aldridge picking up his 9th goal of the season. 51st minute, Aldridge for Simonese. Simonese dropping the shoulder, getting by Saul, and then rolling it into the far corner. Perfectly placed. Brilliantly done by Tariq Simonese, his 2nd goal this season. Remember, he only came into this Jamaica College team at the quarter-final stage of the Manning Cup, and he delivers big tonight. Deshaun Richard was not to be left down. He gave Kingston College a glimmer of hope with this 79th minute free kick. Brassica Rose gave him too much room at that near post, and he took advantage like a quality player of his stature would. Donald Edwards had a chance to level for KC. Found the left boot of Brassica Rose in goal for JC. Raymond Watson encouraging his players. Tayshawn Mattis felt the encouragement and tried to deliver from distance. That was really close, but not close enough. Tariq Simonese showing another burst of speed here, loving the goalkeeper just wide of the mark. That would have eased the nerves in the closing stages. As it turned out, didn't matter. Jamaica College champions of the Champions Cup, the All-Ireland knockout for the 2nd time in their history. They beat Kingston College by 2-1. Let's have a look at the match statistics. Jamaica College 7 shots, 4 on target. Kingston College 8 shots, just 2 on target. 19 fouls in the contest. 8 called against Jamaica College, 11 against Kingston College. 1 yellow card, no red cards, offside calls, 5 against Jamaica College, 1 against KC. 4 corners for Jamaica College, 3 for Kingston College. 2 saves made by the Kingston College goalkeeper Malik Williams, just 1 for Brassica Rose for Jamaica College. Possession 56% to 44 in favour of Jamaica College. They really bossed this game, and in many ways they were clearly the better team tonight. Kingston College maybe just not good enough. The player of the match, Tariq Simonese, a goal and an assist. Let's hear what he has to say.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ricardo. Tariq, you hold on to that. Congratulations, well done. Congratulations again. And what made you so comfortable playing up front today? Different rule for what we are accustomed seeing you playing in schoolboy football, but you were given a task to play up front. What made you so comfortable?
Well, to be honest, I'm a more attacking player, but I had to switch my position because, sometimes when you're trying to go pro, you got to do different things, play different position, So playing up front, it wasn't a bad choice from the coach, but yeah, it was good.
Yeah, what were your coach's instructions to you?
Well, just play my game.
Yeah, I know that you've won the Champions Cup, first time since 2014. How do you feel about doing that feat?
Well, right now, it's a great feeling, because we have the chance to win a treble and 2 is out the way.
Yeah, well, quickly, tell me about that goal that you scored.
Well, it was just one of my instincts, because I was going to chip the keeper, but I realized that the player was coming, so I just chopped him and,
Oh, well done to you.
Thank much.
Yeah, that was Tariq Simonese, the man of the match for Jamaica College. And now time to talk to Coach Raymond Watson. Coach, not the result that you would have wanted, but what's your overall assessment of the match?
A very good game. I think this is good rank as one of the better games that we played. Jamaica College, first and foremost, congratulations to them. And I must say, I am very proud of my team. I am happy the fight that they showed, being here and knowing that majority of the team will be back next season. I am so elated for them.
Yeah, JC, KC were able to get a one back close to the end of the game. At that point, did you think that more could have been done to get the equalizer?
Yes, I thought that we should have been a little bit more patient with the ball and pick the right passes. I also thought that they have chances that we could have made better decisions with them. But kudos to Jamaica College, they defended well, and it's their day, so we have to say congratulations to them.
Yeah, well, which areas are you going to look to improve on most going into next season?
Going into next season, I can't replace Deshaun Richards. I'll have to check his father and find out if. But most definitely, definitely it will be all-round effort. We'll need defenders, the midfield and attackers. So we'll look into it. I personally know where I need to strengthen the team, and we'll just take it whatever comes may. But the group that we have, I'm confident that the group will do well next season.
All right, Coach, well, we'll see you then.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, hard luck today to Coach Raymond Watson. Now we have a chat with the Coach Davion Ferguson, who was on the field celebrating with his team as the coach should, and I'm pretty sure that he's a happy man right now. Coach, the decision to play Tariq Zimmenis up front, where did that idea come from?
I'm always thinking about the game, always trying to create something new. We wanted an element of surprise. We saw their backline and we saw how slow they were, and they tried to play high. So what we really wanted was a little bit of pace, but a little bit of energy in terms of that position. So I think he has been preparing all week for that position, and he came out here today and made an excellent game of it.
Yeah, well, last question for you. Can you really explain to us how proud you are of the JC camp, winning 2 titles so far, and you still have 1 more to play for?
These boys are amazing. They sacrificed a lot. We put a lot of pressure on them. We take them away from their comfort zone for months or weeks, and they never complain. So I think it's the culmination of hard work at the end of the day.
All right, Coach, well, you can go celebrate with your team. And we'll
thank you.
Congratulations to you.
Jamaica College, for the second time, champions of this All-Ireland Knockout title, rebranded from the Super Cup to the Champions Cup. They have the crown. Kingston College well beaten tonight, and Jamaica College joining Kingston College as 2-time winners of this competition. KC winning in 2017 and 2019, Jamaica College 2014 and now 2022. And Davion Ferguson starting to build his own legacy as coach of Jamaica College. Manning Cup title in 2019, Manning Cup title this season, now the Champions Cup title, lost in the Manning Cup final last season. So showing a level of consistency. He'll want to finish off with the Olivia Shield. The Clarendon College boys were inside the National Stadium watching this match. Smart move, I think, from them. They'll know exactly what they need to do for the Olivia Shield.
Right adjective you used as well in terms of consistency, or consistent. That's a good way to describe this Jamaica College team, and as I said, peaking at the right time. JC was certainly a team performance today. Many players did so good throughout the game, and many players come into the area to the back end of the game where Daniel Edwards got a shot that probably should have been closed down. The JC defense line have been immaculate. Davidson and Romaine Blake, national under 20 player in the back. And as I said, all players have turned up for them. As we said, it's been a full squad performance. We look at the goals scored, it's been 20 scorers in their squad. 17 players have created for them in terms of assists. So everybody at different points of the season have put up their hand and have been counted. And so evident today again.
They have players who have scored multiple goals who did not even make the match squad for this final.
Their leading goal scorer sat on the bench until the 82nd minute in Lynch. Here's Darren Virtue.
The job done.
Yeah, Darren Virtue at the end there. One of those instrumental in terms of moving players on after JC to college and so on, and contract opportunities overseas. As I spoke about the depth of their management team and their unit, it's a full tradition at the school. A lot of the old boys are involved as well, not only in Jamaica, but they have a big fraternity in Canada as well and in the US. Very much involved, very much watching all of these games and helping financially as well. It's so important. As you said, schoolboy football has gone to another level now in Jamaica and in the Caribbean by default.
What a moment for them. Did not need to go the distance tonight like they did in the Manning Cup final against St. Andrew Technical, who must count themselves quite unfortunate to end another season titleless, despite for so much of it looking like one of the best teams in the competition, and in the latter stages probably look like the best team in the competition. But there is something to be said about championship mettle and understanding how to win, finding a way even when the odds are against you. Jamaica College found a way in the Manning Cup final, and they have found a way here in the Champions Cup final. But tonight, no doubt they were the better team. Jamaica College, now two-time winners of the Champions Cup, won their first Dope Road, and their fantastic season continues with the Olivier Shield to come.
36 trophies now for Jamaica College.
Champions again.
"31 Manning Cups, 3 Walker Cups, and now 2 Champions Cups."
Brittany Roberts, marketing coordinator, Monique Carr, the marketing coordinator of Water, makes the presentation.
Remember, in 2015 they lost in the Super Cup final to St. George's College in front of a jam-packed National Stadium. Also lost to Cornwall College, but here they are, lifting the Champions Cup title. First when it was named the Super Cup, rebranded to the Champions Cup, and there is no more ideal team to lift the Champions Cup. To success. Well, they will be taking pictures long into the night, I think, with and without the trophy and the check. Players, coaches, caretakers, guardians, all a part of the party. There's a beat to the JC drums as well. At the back end of the 2019 season, when he took over the job, his team scraped through to the semi-final after 2 drawn results in the quarter-final round and the defeat to St. Andrew Technical, beat Kingston College in the semi-final, beat St. Andrew Technical in the final, going the distance. It wasn't pretty, it looked ugly. And many around the JC fraternity felt that he might not be the man after he didn't win last season, and would have been under immense pressure had he not won this season, but he's done it. With the Olivier Shield to come, the triple in sight for the Davian Ferguson-led coaching staff at Jamaica College. Gerard Morseedy and Jenny Robinson.
Much, Ricardo. Yes, we are down here. Of the game, how was it? It was exciting for you. What did JC get wrong? Well, right. What did KC get wrong? Tell me.
Well, for me, looking at this match, this is my overall assessment. JC, they're unbeaten all season, and this is adding to their record. Kingston College, I think it was a fair fight for them. I think they played well. I think that there were a few things that in the middle they never had Samuel Shakes. I think he would have been a key factor for today's game playing against Jamaica College. So overall, I think it was a good game, and congratulations, Jamaica College.
What about this crowd though? Because this crowd has been extremely tremendous. The noise that we heard even from that side, it was quite loud. Did that help push the teams to perform their best here today?
Well, considering the fact that I'm in the stands with the fans and I'm hearing it, I know for a fact that it's an adrenaline boost for these boys on the pitch, and I know that it was to JC's advantage today. They won. Kingston College not winning a title this year. I think JC was well deserving of this.
All right, so Jamaica College, they have 2 titles under their belt, still have 1 more to play for. That's the Olivier Shield. The urban area can boast having the Champions Cup winner again, and we'll wait to see what happens on Wednesday when the Olivier Shield is between the Jamaica College team and the Clarendon College team, and we are excited to see you. So we'll see what happens then. Bye bye.